I can hear the distant howls of a pack of wolves, probably closing on their prey in the dark, and I feel a shiver running down my spine. I know how these animals hunt all too well. They patiently stalk their prey at first from afar. As they get closer and closer, they carefully observe, looking for weakness. They can smell it. It's their instinct. Aegidius had witnessed the full might of the newly reconstructed Western Imperial fleet as the warships gathered in the port of Arelate. When they sailed out down the delta towards the sea and the distant ports of Hispania, this mighty armada seemed invincible, and it probably was. If only it could have been brought to the fray. A few days before the landing operations against the Vandals, as the fleet was harbored in Carthaginensis, Vandal spies used the cover of darkness to set a few ships aflame. In one night, the fire had consumed most of the fleet, and the hopes of Majorian to reconquer Africa had went away, in smoke and ashes. When Aegidius welcomed his friend in Arelate, on his way back to Italy, he could barely recognize the confident emperor that left the city a few months prior. Majorian appeared absent, not quite muted, but walled up on himself and distant as wary of an invisible menace. Against all idea of prudence, Majorian dismissed the troops, left Aegidius in charge, and rode off towards Italy with a small and fast-moving escort. The wolves had been starving for too long already, lurking in the shadow at the edge of the woods, and they just had smelled weakness.
Open the gates! Treachery! Treachery is upon us! We were part of Emperor Majorian's traveling retinue, General. We got ambushed on the road by Ricimer's men. The Emperor was captured and assassinated.
Damnation! May that snake rot in hell! It is clear that Ricimer wants to seize power for himself. This infamy cannot go unpunished. I will oppose this vile traitor with all my power. Tell me what the situation is.
Ricimer planned his move carefully. He barely made it out alive. He secured the support of the few remaining troops of the region, and his mercenaries are currently blocking all exit roads from the city.
Surely Ricimer would never count on my support. He wants me dead, and knows that I would try to reach my domain in northern Gaul. I fear that we have to make a stand here, in Arelate. Commander, make your report on the defenses.
It doesn't look good, General. Here, in the northern district, there's only one ballista and a few mercenaries posted at the gatehouse, but no meaningful fortifications beside the walls.
That will be all for this district.
In the southern district, you will find the training grounds of the Town Watch. Maybe we could repair the old mangonel and put it back in service as well. Your Frankish soldiers are garrisoned at the fort, along with another ballista.
I want barricades to be laid at strategic points of this district. See to it! That will be all for this district.
At the docks, the few remaining warships will undoubtedly prove invaluable to the defense. Or, if their artillery would come to be needed on land, the ballistas could always be dismounted off the ships. The market of the outer district holds a lot of resources, but transferring them to the city will take some time, and defending this sector will be incredibly difficult. But in any case, we cannot let the enemy get hold of these goods.
Burn everything to the ground and evacuate this sector immediately. We simply cannot defend it, and I won't allow the enemies to get their hands on its stockpiles. That will be all for this district.
We still have time to destroy the bridge, General. Doing so should prevent any assault from that direction, but it might as well bring unforeseen consequences. What will it be?
Destroy the bridge! We cannot spare any man to defend this side of the city. Well, my friends, you can proceed to the monastery. The monks will take care of your wounds. Now, we should hurry and task the workers to build any further fortification we might need yet.
You heard the general. Now get to work.
Confestino facciano. Edifico, edifico.
Tibi servio. Ad pugnam! Pugnemus! Tibi servio. Pario, reo. Inter. Salve. Pario. Tibi servio.
We won't hold the city for long without more resources and equipment. It would appear that Ricimer's dogs are not expecting any sally, and their reserves are scarcely protected. I won't let such a mistake go unpunished.
Eus. Impera. Eus. Confestino facciano.
Pronto, salve.
Salve. Pario. Tibi servio. Pario.
Salve.
Pronto. Salve.
Salve. Recto.
Prontus. Deus. Prontus.
Well, I didn't expect any less from you, Aegidius. But you stand no chance against my army. Surrender yourself, and nobody else has to die. You have my word.
Impera.
The enemy is stockpiling Greek fire supplies in this warehouse. If we manage to capture the building without damaging it, we could use this dreadful weapon to our own advantage.
Eus.
Eus.
Recte.
Impera.
Tibi servio. Salve. Imper. Salve. Ad arma!
Excellent! The Greek fire storage is in our hands. Quick! Load the barrels upon a wagon and drive it back to the city.
Recto. Tibi servio. Salve. Tibi servio. Salve. Ad pugnam! Ad arma! Pugnemus! Ad pugnam! Ad arma!
Eus. Prontus. Edifico. Edifico.
Arpugna! Salve. Ad arma!
It looks like the traitors had enough, at least for now. See to the wounded, repair the fortifications, and send scouts around the city. If the enemy has any weakness, we must find about it.
Salve. Eus.
Impera. Recte. Eo.
Eus. Impera.
So you decided to make things difficult, hmm? Well, you're giving me a harder time than Majorian. I'll give you that. But you will soon learn that resisting me is futile.
Salve.
Prontus.
Prontus.
Eus.
Confestim facam. Salve. Eo. Salve.
Salve. Ad pugna! Tibi secchio. Eo. Recte. Ad arma! Pugna!
Impera.
Confestim faciam.
Reficio.
The weapons and gear stored in that armory could equip the men of the Watch and the Levies.
Eus.
Impera. Recte.
Salve.
Lignor. Refizio.
Tibi secchio. Recte.
Prontus.
Salve.
Eus. Salve.
Eus.
Eo. Confestim facam.
Salve.
Perfect! That mangonel should work just fine. And now, let's prepare a little surprise for the attackers.
Prontus.
Tibi secchio.
Recte. Eus. Salve. Recte. Edifico.
Salve. Impera.
Eus.
Prontus.
Salve.
Salve. Prontus.
Confestim
Eus.
faciam.
Confestim faciam.
Quick, load the weapons onto this cart and see it back to the city at once. Excellent. Equip the men with these weapons and armors immediately. We just bought ourselves a fighting chance.
Impera. Pugnemus.
Salve. Impera. Recte. Salve. Eus. Eo.
Impera. Salve. Reficio.
Tibiseo. Pugnam.
So it is true. General Aegidius is trapped in the city by the same dogs who murdered the Emperor. After me, men. We must thrust through the enemy lines and offer our help immediately.
Salve.
Salve.
Impera. Refizio. Salve.
Impera. Pareo. Salve.
The enemy is coming back! Let everyone pull back behind the walls!
Rather face a certain death standing by your side, Aegidius, than having to spend one more day at the service of a barbarian traitor. Strength and honor!
Salve! Ad arma! Ad pugnamus! Tibi sereo! Salve, Peo, Recto. Ad arma! Tibi sereo. Pugnemus! Peo. Ad pugna! Reo, Recto. Salve. Inter. Salve. Tibi sereo. Pugnemus! Ad arma! Pugnemus!
The enemies are pulling back to lick their wounds, but they're not broken yet. We must prepare to welcome their assaults once more. The enemy is constructing siege weapons over there. Let us kill the guards and steal those war machines for ourselves.
Fatiam.
Salve. Tibi serio.
Ahoy! We spotted the smoke coming out of the city from a distance. Getting closer, we were quick to realize the dire situation. Our ships are at your disposal, General.
Tibi Servio. Impera. Rec. Ad pugnam! Salvugnemus!
The enemy is coming back! Let everyone pull back behind the walls!
Servio. Salve. Tibi Servio.
Ad arma!
Refizio. Eo. Prontus. Refizio. Confestim faciam.
Salvivis
Ad arma! Pugnemus! Ad pugnam! Ad arma! Ad pugnam!
Salve. Pronto. Confestime faccia. Impera.
Impera. Prontus. Edifico.
Eus. Prontus.
Damn you, Aegidius! Wouldn't you just die already? You're making me lose my patience! Ah!
Refizio.
Prontus. Reficio. 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 Salve. Reficio. 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 Recte. Eus.
Refizio. Refizio. Recte. Salve, Corvestim Faziam. Salve, Eo. Impera, Eo. Refizio. Pronto. Refizio.
Hooray! We've utterly broken the back of Ricimer's army. It won't recover from this bleeding anytime soon.
And yet we cannot hope to hold the city. General, you've won the opportunity to act. You must now think of yourself and of the future of the Empire. We shall delay the enemy while you escape the city.
And leave the men here to die. After all we endured together, I won't allow this.
If you stay here, General, we all die anyway. And for nothing. Allow us to make this final sacrifice for Rome. If you live to keep fighting and avenge our death and the Emperor's, then we gladly embrace our fate.
Then, this is probably the last time we speak. Fighting by your side was my honor.
Go now, before it's too late. Roma Victor!
My army! I am surrounded by complete idiots! Commit all the last reserves and do not let him escape the city, or else I will have your ugly heads on a spike.
Eus, salve. Confestim faciam. Salve. Impera. Refizio. Eo.
Eo, recte. Salve.
We've done it, heroes! Now let us make our ancestors proud!
Adarmus!
Impera.
Impera. Confessalve la recte.
Tibi servio. Ad pugna ad arma! Salve. Pugnam! Ad arma! Ad pugnam! Ad arma! Pugnemus! Ad arma! Ad pugnam! Impera. Tibi servio.
Pronto.
Salve. Lignor. Confestim faciam.
Impera. Recte. Pugnemus! Ad arma!
Prontus.
Impera.
The priests say that the devil often disguises himself as an angel of light. For how long Ricimer had been plotting Majorian's demise exactly? Nobody knows for sure. Probably as soon as he realized that the horse he had bet on wasn't one he could so easily break and tame. Well, Ricimer never really hid his ambitious nature. After all, he was the mind behind the idea of having the Emperor Avitus executed after he had been deposed. And yet, murdering a usurper was one thing, but assassinating a friend in cold blood? On his side, Aegidius had grown more suspicious about Ricimer's intentions for quite a while. It came as no surprise that the first thing the traitor tried to do was to have him killed. Having Aegidius trapped in Arelate, cut off from his domain in northern Gaul and from his Frankish allies, Ricimer could already taste victory. Against all odds, Aegidius not only managed to escape the city, but he did so after having tactically defeated the formidable force sent against him. It is difficult to figure out what was going through Aegidius's mind as he was traveling north towards his domain and family, not knowing what to expect upon arrival. Torn between his grief over Majorian's death, his hate against Ricimer, and his angst for his own entourage. He was probably measuring how Ricimer had just wasted all the bloodshed for the Empire over his personal ambitions, as well as the full scale of the fights ahead.